The UN has urged Cameroon to investigate and prosecute the gunmen who shot and killed at least 8 children at a school. The horrific attack happened in the town of Kumba, southwest Cameroon. The area is mainly inhabited by the country's English-speaking population, where separatists are seeking to create a breakaway state. Our reporter Blaise Young now reports from Kumba.
A grandmother in mourning. Last week, heavily armed gunmen killed her 11-year-old grandson. Victory was shot dead alongside other children at a school in Kumba, western Cameroon. It has left the country and the family devastated. The boy was Pastor Boniface's only son.
That my son. So the son is too significant in my life, and believe me, it is unforgettable. I can and I will, as long as I live, I will never ever forget him.
This classroom still bears the scars of the brutal attack. Schools have been targeted in the past, but not like this. Since 2017, fighting between government soldiers and the country's Anglophone separatist militias has brought chaos to the Anglophone regions. Separatists want to create an independent state away from the majority Francophone nation. This is the scene of the crime, where gunmen, believed to be Anglophone separatist fighters, known as the Amber Boys, shot and killed children as young as 11. The children were studying French inside this classroom when gunmen stormed this school and shot them. At least 8 children have died as a result of this attack. The conflict here between Anglophone separatist militias and the government has taken its toll on the local population. Since the children were slaughtered, the population has mobilized to denounce such killings. Groups of mostly women across the country have been mourning the victims of Saturday's attack. Separatist militias and the government blame each other for the carnage. However, people here just want an end to the conflict.
I saw everything. I saw the children that they scattered the children's head. We cannot even recognize our children. We recognize them by their clothes. We recognize them by their finger. But it's not good. So I'm very, very angry. I'm so aggrieved in my spirit. It's not good. The thing that can happen in Cameroon, it's not good. I'm very, very angry. So we need peace in Cameroon. We need peace in Africa. We need peace in Kumba.
At a local hospital, 13-year-old Blessing is in pain. She survived the attack, but a bullet shattered her stomach, affecting her kidney and liver. She has been operated upon twice. Her mother is happy she's alive, but also grieved.
It pains my heart seeing my daughter going through all this pain. It was not something that was planned for. I never knew something like this could happen to my daughter. I just find my daughter in this condition. I'm feeling there's pain in my heart. My heart bleeds, seeing my little girl crying every day and night, pains.
Cameroon's interior minister traveled to the town to meet families and local authorities. The government says it's safe for children to return to school, but affected families do not agree.
Joining me now is our correspondent Blaise Young in Cameroon, who sent us that report. Hello, Blaise. Can you explain to us why gunmen will enter a school of innocent children and shoot to kill them?
I must say Cameroon is outraged by this attack on innocent children in Kumba. But only one thing comes to the mind of many: abuse of power. So a lot of people here feel like both the separatists and soldiers are abusing their powers, and they are using that on innocent civilians, in this case, children. As for now, we do not know for sure who carried out this attack, but what we know is that separatist fighters have always warned against children going to school in the Anglophone region. And sometimes for them to get attention is to attack children like this. But we cannot say for sure who did this attack, but it should be just to seek attention, and also if abuse of power, because people now have guns in their hands and they feel as though they can use it however they feel.
Now, the conflict has been going on for some years now. What impact could this latest tragedy have on the ongoing conflict?
this tragedy has further deepened the crisis, because for those on the government side, the government has said it. When I was in Kumba for DW, government officials said there's going to be a crackdown against separatists. And from the experience here, whenever there's a crackdown, it's not just against separatists. It also affects local people, because there is curfew. There is anyone who is suspected to be a separatist can be targeted. The same thing for separatists. Now they want to intensify their attacks against the government, because the government has said they are declaring a war against the separatists. So the crisis will deepen with these recent happenings.
Now, how does this attack affect education in a region already facing security concerns in schools?
Yes, as you rightly said, Eddie, for the past 3 years, children here have not been able to go to school freely. According to the United Nations, most of the schools in the Anglophone regions have been shut down because of the separatist movement here. And now, with the recent attacks in Kumba, we spoke to more than a dozen parents who told us that they are not comfortable sending their kids to school. This year, after 3 years, is for the very first time, parents felt as though it was time for them to send back their kids to school. Some of the children that were killed in this attack have spent 2 years at home not going to school because of the insecurity. Now, people are more afraid to send their kids to school because they fear that what happened will happen again.